Egghead Island. One Piece is now into a new arc, which is the Egghead Island arc. And lots of things had already happened. We finally saw Dr. Vegapunk, a new human weapon, seraphims were introduced, new information about the history of One Piece was revealed, CP0 is now here to kill Vegapunk, and there seems to be some evolution to the story of Kuma. Here's the list of things we will cover in today's video. We will be covering everything we found about Vegapunk and the link with Einstein, the hints about 900 years ago and why the ancient civilization was able to have such an advanced technology, and lastly, what will happen to Kuma and Bonnie. Please let us know what is your point of view of the Egghead Island arc in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed that theory, please hit the like and subscribe button. Now let's go. Let's go over with Vegapunk first. Oda finally revealed Vegapunk, which he kept for a secret for more than a decade. As you can tell from his appearance, Vegapunk is based on Einstein. He ate the brain fruit and he is able to store unlimited knowledge, but his head, or his brain to be precise, will grow together. So Vegapunk cut his brain to pieces and he stored them in a place called the Punk Records. Actually, after Einstein's death, his brain was cut into pieces so doctors could study them. We can already see the link with Einstein and Vegapunk here. Vegapunk reveals that all the technologies in Egghead Island, which looks like they're 500 years ahead, are actually technologies from 900 years ago. For some reason, these advanced technologies got lost in history. We also found a giant robot from 900 years ago, which attempted to attack Marijoa 200 years ago. We don't know much about this robot, and all we know is that its attempt to Marijoa 200 years ago failed due to low battery, and with today's technology, even Vegapunk cannot generate enough energy to get this moving. Vegapunk's dream is to create a world where energy is widespread all over the world free of charge so that he can erase a big fuse of war. He says that energy exists everywhere and that we just need to find a way to convert that into visible power. This is talking exactly about Einstein's famous theory, the special relativity, which can be expressed as E=mc². This theory basically insists that even a small object can have an enormous amount of energy. This rule of physics became the foundation of nuclear energy and also nuclear weapons. And I think that nuclear energy is the source of energy which enabled the development of the ancient kingdom, powered the giant robot, and also made ancient weapons such as plutonium possible. Then the question is, how did people 900 years ago generate nuclear energy? Short answer, I think they used the power of Nika and Mera fruit. Let me explain in detail. If we are able to manipulate the sun, technically we should be able to create nuclear energy with the sun's nuclear fusion. When I hear the sun, I think of two things, Sun God Nika and the Mera fruit. In the Battle of Bonaro Island, Blackbeard says, the sun or the darkness to Ace. He is describing the Mera fruit as the sun, and I think that this is a big hint Oda left us. I'm confident to say that awakening of Mera fruit will lead to the creation of the sun. And while this is just a speculation, I think Nika's power of imagination is needed to awaken the Mera fruit, and this is why Nika is called the sun god. If this is true, perhaps devil fruits were used for development of civilizations in the past, while they are now used mainly for combat purposes. Unfortunately, Vegapunk's research went too far and he found too much like the people of Ohara, and now the world government wants him gone. So now CP0 led by Lucci is in Egghead Island together with seraphims. Seraphims are clones of warlords with the power of devil fruit plus the power of Lunarians. While the reason wasn't mentioned, CP0 are trying to return the Kuma Seraphim to Vegapunk. And we think that this reason why they want to return Kuma Seraphim directly links with what will happen to Kuma from here. So lastly, let us predict how the Egghead Island arc will end. First, let's do a recap on Kuma and Bonnie. We found out that Bonnie was Kuma's daughter and she has been fighting to get back Kuma's lost personality. She accuses Vegapunk for turning Kuma into a heartless human weapon, and Vegapunk admits about transforming Kuma into what he is today, and he seems to be sorry about it. This scene made me feel that Kuma is not coming back completely. Or else Vegapunk can explain to Bonnie and say there is a way to get back her father, but instead he just admitted and said he was sorry. So will this be the end of the story? Bonnie won't see her father ever again? No, I don't think so. Oda must have prepared a touching end to this arc like always. Then, how will Bonnie meet Kuma again? To think this, we first have to think about what makes a person a person. While the name Vegapunk wasn't revealed yet, the first foreshadowing of Vegapunk was there in the Arabasta arc when Chopper and Sop were fighting against Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas. Here we saw the technology of making an object gain the power of the devil fruit, which we eventually know that was invented by Vegapunk. But what we want to focus here is the battle that was going behind this battle, which is Sanji versus Mr. 2. During this battle, Sanji says people are made of heart. I think this literally means that the heart is what makes a person a person. Also, in the scene from recent chapter, Vegapunk says that one's lineage factor stores recollections and capabilities. Lineage factor is also translated as blood elements, and it is in the blood. And the heart is where we carry the blood to our body. So even from here, we can tell that the heart is where the lineage factor is made, meaning where one's recollections and capabilities are stored. In a different video, I talked about how Oda got this idea of personality being linked with the heart from an actual person called 𝙲𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚝, so if you want to know more, please check out this video. Vegapunk says that he has something he wants to give Bonnie. I believe he is trying to return Kuma's heart to Bonnie. Going back to the story of Einstein's brain, we said that it was cut into pieces so that doctors could study. Actually, there's more to the story. After 40 years, his brain was returned to his granddaughter. From this story, I'm thinking that maybe Kuma's heart, which was used for Vegapunk's study, will be returned to his daughter Bonnie in the end. Then, where is Kuma's heart? The answer is it's in Kuma Seraphim's body. Why we think so? Let's go back to the question why CP0 wants to return Kuma Seraphim back to Vegapunk. Kuma Seraphim looks like there is no issue, at least from his appearance. Then there should be something wrong inside. Maybe Kuma Seraphim doesn't fully listen to orders because Kuma's heart is left inside and there is still some ego left. Vegapunk is not only a genius scientist, but he is also a perfectionist. He wouldn't have given an incomplete Seraphim to the world government, so I think that this return of Kuma Seraphim was staged by Vegapunk from the beginning. You might be thinking, why can't we simply put Kuma's heart back into his original body? This is because Kuma's body is already transformed into a complete cyborg and he doesn't have any blood vessels left. So even if we put back Kuma's heart, it wouldn't be able to carry the blood, which has all the lineage factor, to his body. We learned that Kuma is a special race, so naturally thinking, changing Kuma's body into a complete cyborg is kind of a waste of the rare body. So I'm guessing that the world government wanted to make sure that Kuma doesn't get back his ego by changing him into a complete cyborg, even if that came with the cost of wasting a special race's body. Then how exactly is Vegapunk trying to return Kuma's heart to Bonnie? Cause just returning the heart as it is will do no good and it's kinda awkward situation. So let's go back and think of Sanji's dialogue in the battle with Mr. 2. Right before Sanji said people are made of heart, he said, "I'm not gonna fall for such a low trick." Actually, there was a big hint here which was lost in translation. In the Japanese version, Sanji says he won't be tricked by images, and Oda put these dots on the word image. So I think the word image is an important keyword to consider. From here it's just a speculation, but what we can think from the word image is the hologram we just saw in the recent chapter. Vegapunk already has the technology to make a hologram with its own ego. Maybe there's a way to create a hologram with a heart, and Vegapunk is trying to revive Kuma as a hologram. We don't know why Kuma was turned into a human weapon, but maybe his last wish to Vegapunk was to see his daughter again in any possible way. And Vegapunk is trying to keep that promise by reviving Kuma as a hologram with ego using his heart. So, this was all the theory I wanted to share on Egghead Island. One Piece is getting intense and we're being fed more and more information every chapter. We'll keep updating you with the latest One Piece theory, so please subscribe to our channel to not miss out. See you in the next video. Bye.